This piece to camera will be in response to question 3 of my evaluation, which is, what have you learned from your audience feedback? I gathered my feedback in the form of surveys for people to take after they'd watched my music video. I broadcast the link to my surveys on social media and also on my blog. I felt it was important to develop my AS feedback so that I asked more targeted questions and get a better response, and I hope I did this well. I'm going to reveal the results to each question and then talk about what I've learned from this. The first question I asked was, how often do you watch pop or dance music videos? This was an important question as it gave me an understanding as to what knowledge my audience had when comparing my music video to others whilst they answered the survey. The options I gave were never, occasionally, which was once a week, often, 2 to 5 times a week, all the time, which I said was more than 5 times a week, or hardly ever, a few times a year. And the results were that 44.44%, or nearly 45%, said occasionally, which was once a week. From this, I learned that the audience that responded to my questionnaires had some experience of watching other music videos, so would have an idea about what they were watching, whether it was good or bad or not. The second question I asked was, is this video similar to other pop or dance genre music videos you have watched previously? And the overwhelming response was yes, it was. There was 100% feedback that it was similar to other pop or dance genre music videos people had seen. This is good to me as it shows I was certainly on the right lines with the creation of my music video. It was definitely similar to the other music videos my audience had seen. So I learnt that the audience thought the ideas and camera shots were similar to that of other pop videos they've seen. Question 3 was, did the visuals reflect the lyrics and track in general well? So the options were yes, no, at some points, not really, or mostly. And over 55% said yes. 16% said at some points, while 28% said mostly. And there was nobody said that no or not really options. Therefore, I learned that my visuals throughout were a good representation of the track, in others' opinion, which is again good for me and the video. Question 4 was, did you notice the transition between locations as the mood of the song changed? Again, the options were yes or no, and again, yes was the top score over 100%. This may have seemed simple if you've seen the video, but it was crucial in the effectiveness of the themes coming through. The transition had to be obvious to my audience, and I'm delighted everyone that responded noticed the change of location. I learned from this that the transition was clear and obvious, which being one of the main features was crucial. Question 5 was, did you understand the theme of the girl being sad in her daily life, wishing it was summer again? The options were yes, no, or not completely, but I was along those lines. 89% said yes, they understood, and 22% said not completely, but was along those lines. This was again important as it meant the majority understood one of the key themes of my music video and the ideas that I was trying to get across. Question 6 was, do you think the locations, Miami and Oxfordshire, that were used were appropriate for the theme I was going for? The options were yes, both were, neither were, Miami was and Oxfordshire wasn't, and Oxfordshire was but Miami wasn't. 73% said yes, both were appropriate, while the other 27% said Miami was but Oxfordshire wasn't. This was something I considered not using Oxfordshire, but logistically it was probably the best option. So I have learned that maybe next time if I was doing it again, I could find a more rougher environment to find and try and film there. Question 7 was one character enough, or would you have preferred more? The options were 1 was fine but maybe a different actor or actress, 2 or more than 2. 67% thought that 1 was fine, 5% thought that 1 was fine but maybe a different actress, 23% said 2, while another 6% said more than 2. From this I've learned everyone seems to have different opinions about how many actors they prefer in a music video, but the majority were still happy with just 1, so I'm pleased with my overall choice. Question 8 was, were the camera shots effective throughout? And the options for this one were, yes, all of them were, the majority were, some of them were, or none were. 73% went with the majority were, while 23% went with yes, all of them were, and 5% with some of them were. I'm overall pleased with this result, as no one thought that none were effective, and I feel like it's hard to please everyone, and getting everyone to say yes, all shots were effective would be difficult anyway, so I'm pleased that 73% thought the majority were effective. And I've learned from this that most of my shots were of a good standard. Question 9 was, were the camera transitions between the two places effective? The options were yes, no, or didn't notice. 100% thought that they all noticed the transition, and 100% said yes. I learnt that the transitions between the places, the plane shots, and then the moving car were effective in the eyes of everyone. I was pleased with the idea of moving transport transitions when it came into my head originally, and I think that this proves that it was a good idea. The final question was, overall, what rating out of 10 would you give? And obviously the options were 1 to 10. The lowest score was 6, which 5% went with. Most people, however, went for 7 or 8 out of 10, 8 getting 45%. From this, I've learnt that most people enjoyed my music video, as the lowest rating was 6, and most things I tried worked. However, there are things to work on, such as the location being improved, as well as possibly integrating other characters into the video at different points to please more people if I was to have my time over again.